and welcome back. So in today's video, I thought I would talk to you guys a little bit about me so you guys get to know me and just who I am and what I like and what I don't like, because I do think it's really important for the people who are subscribed just to know a little bit about me and my background and my story and who I am and what I've been through. So let's get started. I would start out with like the basic things like my age, my birthday, my favorite color. I am 23. I will be turning 24 on July 26th, so it's coming up pretty soon. And I do plan on recording what I'm going to be doing for my birthday because I do plan on doing something fun, so stay tuned. My zodiac sign, for those of you who are into that, is a Leo. My favorite color is pink. And funny story, so from 18 and younger, I hated pink. I just hated it. I didn't like it. My favorite colors were green and purple. My quinceañera was green and purple. And then just once I turned 18 and once I got out of high school, for some reason, I just really started liking it. And I ended up like painting the walls in my room pink, my bed covers pink, everything in there was pink. Relationship status. I am married. I will be married for 3 years in September 26th. I know for the people that saw my first video, my husband did come out at the very end for a short period of time, but that is my husband. His name is Isaias. For those of you guys who are interested in how we met at a dance club, a Mexican dance nightclub. It's called El Chaparral. I saw him on a Friday and I just remember looking at him and he just wouldn't turn around and look at me. And I was so used to, and not to be cocky, but I was just so used to any guy that I liked talking to me, and he just didn't. So I found him really interesting from there, and I didn't think I was gonna see him after Friday. But then I went back to El Chaparral on Saturday because a friend of mine invited me, so I went again. And this is how you know it was meant to be. He went back on Saturday again, and still he wasn't talking to me. He was showing no sign of interest. And at that time, nobody was taking my girlfriend out, to dance. So I got up and I asked him if he could dance with my girlfriend. And he said yeah. So he took her out to dance. And they didn't even dance the full song before, he came and sat her back down. And, I was like, oh, hey, thank you. Nobody was dancing with her. That was so nice of you. And then from there on, we just kept on talking and, asking each other questions and getting to know more about each other. And I do remember that during one point in the dance, he asked me if I wanted to go outside to the little tables and where they have chairs so we could talk better. So we went outside and we sat and we talked forever. We were telling each other our stories, where we came from, what we've been through, and I guess we just clicked. And ever since that, we didn't stop talking. So then we went on dates. And 1 month later, we got married. And now we've been married for almost 3 years. I know we got married really soon, but I mean, who are we to tell how long we have to know a person before we can, marry them and stuff. I don't think I'm gonna put that in there. Okay. I live in Denver, Colorado. I've been living here for the past 16 years. And fun fact, I did come here a year before my mom, dad, and sister. I was here with my grandma for a whole year. So shout out to my grandma for taking care of me and for dealing with my crazy ass, because I do know I can be a lot at times. So thank you. Oh, kids. I do have 2 fur babies. One is a husky, her name is Aida, and one is a Rottweiler, his name is Goliath. And Aida is 2 years, she will be turning 3 on December 6th, and Goliath is 3.5 months. I decided to name Aida that because I did look up names and their meanings, and Aida means gift sent from God. And I just thought that was a great name because my dream dog was always a husky. It was my first dog. My husband brought her over from Juarez and gave her to me as a present for Christmas. So it was just something very special, and it was a really special gift to me. So I thought that name was just perfect for her. And we decided to name Goliath or Goliath because he is gonna grow up to be a really big dog. We saw his dad and he's a humongous bear. They call him Oso just because of how big he is. So that name just went perfect with him, Goliath. We do say golear, like in Spanish, since most of the time at home I do speak more Spanish than English. You know, I am a stay-at-home wife for now. The kids are out of school and I do work for DPS, so during the summer we don't work. And I'm just staying at home and, you know, doing like the wife things, like clean, cook, laundry, all of that. I work at a school very close to my house. It's like about a 3-minute drive. So I was very lucky and blessed to get that job. I am an MIA paraprofessional. So MIA stands for multi-intensive autism. So we work with kids with special needs, like in the autism spectrum. I do love that job. I just think, you know, like working with special needs is and will always be one of my callings, just because I have so much patience and like I just feel so much love from the kids. You know, and they are very special little human beings. They give you so much love and they just have like no like hatred towards others. You know, I just love it. I love my job. I love what I do. I'm gonna get into more of what I've been through and just like a little bit more personal things. In July 18, 2009, I had an accident that almost ended my life. I ended up falling through a glass floor that I didn't know was glass. So when I stepped on it, it broke and I fell through it. It was a 30-foot drop. And just from there, so many things started happening, you know, like my mental health. In that rebellious stage, I was 12. I turned 13 when I was in a coma. From 13 to, I would say 18, my life was just up and down, going in and out of the hospital, just, you know, for certain reasons. And then from there, you know, we had a lawsuit going on and I ended up winning that lawsuit. So I was able to buy my house and like other things, but I guess like this is like the biggest investment for me. I will talk about my accident later on, but that is something that I need to make specifically a video for because it's extremely long and a lot of things came from that, good and bad. And I would like to talk to you guys about that just because it's a really big part of me. And I would want you guys to know, since you guys are going to be watching me and following me, I don't want to keep anything a secret. And I just think that that's something important for everyone to know about me. But that will be a whole complete other video because it's very long. I did competitive gymnastics for 8 years, from 10 to 18. And I really enjoyed it. It was my life. For 8 complete years. I was at the gym 4 days out of 3. I would go Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So actually I was there every day but Monday and Sunday because the gym was closed, I think. I did reach level 6 and then after level 6 I stopped doing gymnastics. Just because during that time it was a really hard time for me. I was going through a lot. It was my safe place, but it was just getting so stressful, so I just had to stop. I did stop the after school programs I was in. I stopped gymnastics. I stopped everything because I was just so overwhelmed by emotions. And I will talk about that in my next video. Gymnastics was my world. It like was my life for 8 years. And when I stopped doing it, I felt completely lost just because I had no like set routine. You know, I didn't know what to do from Tuesday through Saturday because I was just always at the gym. School. School for me was a good time, but it was also a very bad time in my life. So first and second were really good years. I did first and second grade in Chihuahua. And then I ended up coming over here, I believe, second semester of second grade. And, you know, in that school, I really liked it. It was very nice. It wasn't until 4th grade that I transferred to a different school. And that's when I experienced bullying. It was this girl who was in the same class as me. And she would always, like, make fun of me and just of the way I looked. Her and another girl. So that was the first time I experienced bullying when I first came here to America. That girl did end up passing away, and you know, I did cry. I did feel bad, even though she was really mean to me. I just, you know, nobody deserves to die at such a young age. So then 5th grade came and I ended up transferring to a different school, and I experienced bullying again, and it just became a little bit bigger. I guess it just progressed a little bit more. the two girls that bullied me would always tell me that after school they were gonna like look for me and like beat me up, so I ended up going home and telling my mom. It's always good to tell your parents when stuff like that is happening, because they can intervene and they can help you, and you shouldn't be scared to talk to an adult about your situation with bullying. So then I went home and cried to my mom, and I was like, hey, like these girls want to beat me up, I'm like really scared, I don't want to go to school. So then my mom went to go talk to the school, and we just made an agreement, like the teacher, my mom, and I, that every day after school I would just have to wait with him, like right next to him, until my mom came, just to make sure that I was safe. Then middle school came. 6th grade, I loved 6th grade. And then I went into 7th grade and I met some friends that I thought were really good friends. But at the end of our friendship, I guess they just kind of, like one of them turned on me. And, like, again, the bullying started, like calling each other names, well, getting called names, getting threatened, being put down, But I think middle school was like one of the best school years, just because the friends that I have were extremely supportive. So I just never felt, I never felt scared, and I never felt down, just because of the group of people that I surrounded myself with. I was just able to get through it and not care about that girl. But then high school came. I went to a Catholic high school, and I loved it. I loved my friends. But then sophomore year came, and this boy, not to sound racist or anything, but this white boy started picking on me. And he started messaging me and telling me to like go cut myself, to go kill myself, that nobody wanted me. And then he started telling me to go back to my country, that I shouldn't be living here. And it was just a little too much for me at that time, so I ended up transferring schools to a public school. So I went to a public school. I finished my sophomore year at a public school, and it was good. So then I met this guy that I was dating, and I dated him throughout my high school years. Well, I dated him in high school. Once me and him ended up like splitting, that's when the bullying started again, and it was from his friends that used to be my friends. But since we split up, I don't know what happened, and I guess they turned on me again. So I remember one day, coming home and looking at my phone, and I had so many notifications. Well, to me it was a lot. I had like 100+ notifications, and I was so excited. So I look at them, and it's just them. Like it's their names over and over again. And I went on my timeline, and they had published so many like ugly, nasty things. So again, I did tell my mom in high school, and my badass mom told me, get up, let's go. This gets me really emotional, because my mom's like really supportive, and like I've been like really like mean, I guess, during like some points in my life. But okay. Yeah, so my mom, told me let's go. So we got in the car. At the time we lived in Denver, like Sheridan in Kentucky. So we got in the car, and she drove all the way to Aurora to go knock on his door. His mom opened the door, and my mom was like, hey, like, what's up? Like, what is this? Like my daughter isn't doing anything to these kids. Like, are they in your house? Like, let me talk to them, because they were my ex-boyfriend's friends. One of them was there, so he came out, and then my ex-boyfriend came out, and my mom, confronted them, and she's like, hey, like, that's not okay. And I did talk to them, and I was like, why are you doing this? Like, I didn't do anything to you. Like, us splitting up shouldn't mean that you guys are gonna be mean towards me. So then they stopped. As the years went on in high school, my mental health got a little bit worse, and I started having panic attacks. And I guess people didn't understand at that time what anxiety was and what panic attacks were. So I think I had like 3 in high school, and the ambulance had to come and get me, just because that's how bad they were. And from there, people started calling me a psycho bitch. And that was my name in high school. And that's what a lot of people knew me by, like a psycho bitch. I ended up confronting one of the girls that used to call me that, and that like used to like talk about me and stuff. But I did it at the wrong time, wrong place. I did it in class in front of everybody. I disrupted class. So I ended up getting suspended. And I started standing up for myself and like being being vocal. And it just backfired on me because since I was done with my credits in high school, the dean told me that since I was done, I just couldn't go back to high school, and they sent me to college. Like, they paid for my college classes and they paid for my cosmetology program. So I was just in college and I was doing cosmetology, and I could not go back to high school because if I did, I was going to like get arrested, or I forgot what. I had a restraining order against high school. So I was not allowed to go in unless it was graduation day or like the last pep rally. Those were the only times I went back to high school. So I don't have like really good memories of high school. I was like really glad when I graduated that I didn't have to go back, just because high school wasn't a very good time for me. I just went to one homecoming and I decided not to go back to any dance. I didn't go to prom. I missed out on so many things just because I was so weak and I was just letting everybody get to me. So after I graduated high school, I did not go into college immediately. I took a year off. And during that year off, that's when I found parties, when I found alcohol, drugs. And at that time, I was only drinking, and I thought it was okay because I thought that I was going to be able to stop whenever I wanted to. When I did decide I wanted to stop, I couldn't. And that's when I realized I had a problem. And I was 18 or 19 going to AA meetings because, it was just so bad. Like, I was leaving my house Monday through Sunday and coming back at 2 a.m. every day. And I would just come home. I would, pass out, shower, get up, go back to work. And then from work, come home, get changed, leave. And it was just a routine every day. And I was so used to that I didn't know that it was like bad for me and that I was like hurting myself a lot. When I turned 20, I ended up getting a DWAI. And, I think that's what made like my head like click. And, that's when I was like, I have to stop. So then I went half a year being sober. And after that half a year is when I ended up meeting my husband. So then I, I started drinking a little bit more. And again, it progressed. And it got so bad to the point where my husband told me, that if I just couldn't control my drinking, that we were just going to have to go our own separate ways. Because I was just becoming so hurtful to those I love. No, that's for another video. And I am going to talk a little bit more about like my, my problems with alcohol and that, and the other video where I talk about my accident. I just don't think this is the time. So a couple of things I guess that I like doing would be, like just being out in the open. So I like going hiking. I tried rock climbing. I want to keep doing that. I like going fishing. I just like being out like in nature, like I like camping. I don't really do it, but the times I have done it, I always thought that it was really fun. I like doing makeup and hair. I like doing other people's makeup and hair. I have done people's hair and makeup for special occasions. Just because I don't like fully beat my face doesn't mean I don't know how. I just choose not to. I like more of a natural makeup look, I guess. I also like drawing. I like doing paintings. I used to do a lot of acrylic painting because I used to volunteer at the Boys and Girls Club, and like I would spend most of my time in the art room. Well, I did multiple paintings, but one of them went like out of state to compete, and then at the end a person wanted to buy it, but I did give it to my mom for her birthday and she lost it. It's okay. So yeah, I couldn't sell it, and I just kind of stopped doing that. Although I do want to get back into it and maybe like make a video, me painting, I don't know. We'll see. I like writing. I like poetry a lot. I used to do a lot of poetry. Actually, a poem that I wrote, I think it's called, I don't remember actually. It was a poem that I wrote. My teacher submitted it into like this contest, and I ended up winning, and I got published in a book. We did have like the book, or I think the paper to fill out and have the book sent to us, but I don't know, it got lost and I don't know what book it's in, but it's out there. I also like spending time with my husband, you know, whether it's just like in our room watching TV or like outside being with the dogs or like in here, you know, like drinking a beer. But, you know, I enjoy my husband's company. I like hanging out with my friends. I do have a best friend. Her name is Abby. We always hang out on her days off because she does work a lot. So whenever she doesn't, you know, we do hang out. You just have to enjoy the moments that you have with your friends, even if it's at home, chilling, talking, you know, it's always a good time. I love dancing. That's how I met my husband. So I love dancing. Not like the whole like, you know, ella perrea sola. Like I don't like the whole grinding and stuff. That's just not for me. Like perreando, I don't like it. But I like, you know, like dancing like norteñas, banda, cumbia, salsa, bachata, merengue, you know, all of that. I do enjoy that type of dancing. I also like going to the park and, you know, flipping. I am a former gymnast and I can still do flips. So whenever I go to the park, I try and get better. Now I'm just gonna get a little bit like into me and like not what I look like, but sizes and stuff, because I know I have had some people tell me like, oh hey, like you look taller in your pictures or like stuff like that. So I am 5, exactly 5, or I'm close to being 5. Last time I went to go get like measured, they told me I was really close to being 5, so I'm sure I'm 5. I do wear a small. I'm a size 1 in pants and a 5.5 in shoes. Now, how many tattoos do I have? I do have 7 tattoos. I have 1, 2, 3, 4 right here, and then 5 here, 6 and 7. I'm gonna be making a separate video explaining why I got each and every tattoo, just because there's like a meaning behind them. Like each and every single one of them is really special to me. To anyone who cares, why I decided to start a channel, and it is because since school started doing remote learning, I was staying at home, and you know, I only had to work for about like an hour or 2 a day, so I had so much extra time. I would clean, I would work out, and I would still have a lot of extra time. I just always thought that would be kind of cool, making videos and editing and like people seeing them and people liking them and just getting comments. So I talked to one of my cousins and I did talk to one of my friends about me starting a channel, because they have a channel, and it's thanks to them that I did start YouTube, you know, because my cousin would like tell me like, hey girl, like you got this, you can do it, don't worry about what anybody thinks, because I was so worried about like people being, I guess, mean or like judgmental, or just me not getting enough followers or enough views. But it's all thanks to them that now I have my channel, and you know, I will link their YouTube channels down below. I did link one of them in my last video, Yare Mi Carrera, but I will also be linking my cousin's, which is her YouTube channel is Jenny V Lit, and I will link it down in the description down below. So thank you guys so much for encouraging me to do this, because now because I'm really enjoying doing this, and I hope that anybody watching my videos also enjoys, you know, watching me and what I do. It's not very interesting yet, but I do assure you that they will get better with time. I'm just starting and I really don't know like what to record, but I do hope that you guys are liking them so far. And I'm really sorry because throughout my whole video you see the glare on my glasses, but you know, like it was either I keep them on or I don't. I tried doing the video without my glasses, but like I just see really blurry and I don't feel comfortable. So I'm sorry about this. Hopefully I can like edit it, and if not, I'm sorry. So the video is getting pretty long, so I think I'm just gonna stop it here. I just want to give you guys a big thank you for watching, and if you watched my other videos, thank you so much, and thank you if you're subscribed. If you're not, don't forget to subscribe and give this a big thumbs up if you did like it. I will be posting this Friday again, so stay tuned for that. It should be a little bit better and more exciting, I hope. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed. Bye. In 2008, 2009, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24.